Okay, we've done Orgone Tower Busters tutorial. Now we're gonna tap into a little more advanced. We're gonna make a pyramid. So right here, we have an 8-sided mold. So the Giza pyramid is actually 8-sided. This is from Phi Molds. I'll leave their website in the description. These are the 8-sided molds that I usually utilize when making Orgone pyramids. So basically we're gonna go into this and have some fun, and this may take a few days, but yeah, just to do a more advanced version, to share about creative ways that we can build these pyramids and the correct way. So we're gonna get into it and let's go. So a few things we have at the ready is some resin. We've got our mold ready. We've got a pretty organized setup here. We've got some stir sticks, some measuring cups, some copper powder. We have some copper flake, some more copper flake. We have our quartz crystals and our selenite. We've got some mica powder for color. And from there we can, let's see what we got here. Oh, there's some copper rings there. We have a tensor ring that's pre-made that we're going to utilize for the capstone. So let's get into this. So we've got a level. An important part of the pyramid creation is to level out our mold, as that is already perfect. First things first is we're gonna pour the capstone, and obviously it takes a few hours for each pour to dry. So I'm only gonna put a little bit of resin because the capstone is not gonna need much. So I'm doing a epoxy resin right now. There's other resins. There's a polyester resin that you can utilize. But this does the job. We're going to stir up our resin. Make sure the area is ventilated. So I'm gonna open up my door here. Give it a nice stir. Okay, we've got our resin ready to go. I've come across this piece of labradorite. We're gonna put this at the capstone. I'm also gonna put some imitation gold leaf flakes. So this is actually copper, but it gives it that gold look. Honor the gold. So first things first, we're gonna put just a tad of resin at the tip, and then we're gonna get a pokey. I got a piece of copper right here, and I'm just gonna poke down to make sure that the resin is going into the tip and it fills it correctly. So I've just poured a little bit and I don't know, looks like something got in there. Let's see here. Okay. I'm gonna take the labradorite and just place it nice and tight in there. Have that sit. And so I've placed the crystal. Now I'm gonna pour some more resin. This is what we've got so far. So we've done the first pour, poked it down so it fills the tip. We've put the crystal in, and I've done another pour with just the resin. We've got our ring at the ready. Got some of this gold flake. I'm gonna grab some pieces. When you're making orgone, all you gotta do is just make sure you're in your natural state. That you have good emotions flowing through, good thoughts, as it is all going into the creation. And I'm gonna be poking down these gold flakes. So I'm just spreading them around for some nice decor. We've got our tensor ring double twist. Highly, highly paramagnetic. Now we're going to, with our gold flake in there now, place our ring nice and flat. What I like to do here is pick a color that now we're going to add into the resin. So it's going to kind of blend in with the clear pour that we did on the capstone. And the ring will look like it's sitting right on top. And then we're going to do a bunch of magic mix pours. And we'll make the pyramid really powerful. So yeah, basically, let's pick a color. Let's do some teal. I love teal. It's one of my faves. Just do a little dash. That's what we got. Now, So that teal pour is gonna now blend in with the clear pour, and it should be light enough where we can still see the crystal and see the ring, and also the gold flakes. All is divine perfection, and we are simply having fun creating life force energy. So that's step one. Now this is gonna dry, and we will be back for our next pour. Much love.
I am the governing presence, governing in perfect.
So now the tensor ring is
commanding,
charging
harmony,
up what we poured,
happiness,
adding the frequency of 144 megahertz.
in my mind, my home,
and
my world.
I'm gonna put a little top
When
over.
I say I am the governing
We're
presence.
good to go. Peace, family. This is the morning of the second day of creating this Orgone pyramid. Basically, we're gonna do our second pour, and we're gonna do a magic mix. This magic mix is a very powerful Orgonite blend. I learned it from Golden Sun Orgone, who is a Orgone creator in Arizona, and he actually found a patent from military planes or jets that coat their jets in this Orgonite because it stealths them from the EMF, like from being seen. Yeah, so I'll include that patent in the bio of this video, but just felt to share that. It's really cool. Okay, so we're gonna mix up our 50-50 as always. So remember, when you're making Orgonite, just be in your natural state. Nice and peaceful, nice and calm. You can have some tunes on. And we're putting good energy into our creations. That is the intention, to create fields of harmonic frequencies. So we're mixing up our 50-50. Get some ventilation going now that the resin's poured. Okay, so with the magic mix, it consists of shungite, iron oxide, copper, and whatever else you want to add to it. So I got a big chunk of it here. We're gonna add it in. So iron oxide is also known as iron magnetite, and it's a very powerful Orgonite ingredient. So this is what we have. That teal is very beautiful, so we're going to be able to see through it on the capstone, the crystal, and the ring. And we have our magic mix poured. I'm going to add some more copper and some selenite to this, and then we'll pour it up. So we're utilizing copper flake here. This is pure copper. The flake's really nice to work with because you can crush it up. And I'm also going to add a little bit of copper powder. The powders are really good when you're making Orgonite because you get the layers of metal. The more layers, the better. Just added some copper flake here. Chop it up. So we want the pyramids to be fully conductive when we're finished, and a way to check that out is to get a Nikola Tesla violet ray wand, and you can actually see the electricity, and you can test your pyramids. I'll make a video to display what I'm talking about in the future. Okay, so we got our mix ready. We have our leveled pyramid, and you can always get your level and double check. Give it a little adjustment if you need to. Okay, we're adding our selenite for some angelic crystal frequencies, and then we're adding our quartz, which is a very important ingredient as it is the piezoelectricity. Once the resin dries, it squeezes on the quartz. It's good to add some quartz powder as well. You can add some chunks. So there's a fair amount of crystal. I'm going to mix this up. That's an earth angel in the back there. She's making breakfast. Hi. Okay. We're gonna pour this second layer, and then we'll be back in the afternoon. I'm really grateful to be sharing with you guys how to make Orgone pyramids. It's a passion of mine.
Those are my favorite.
Yeah. Okay, so we got our magic black goo, the Orgonite which stealths the planes. Shows you the power of the EMF protection here. And when you're pouring Orgonite, you don't want to pour too much at a time because it will ruin the mold. So that's why we pour it in layers, okay? And if you have any leftover, you can, pour some. If you have any other molds, use the rest of your resin. Don't put it to waste. And that's it for round 2. We'll be back in the afternoon or the early evening for our third pour. Leaving you in the love and light, family. So with these Orgone pyramids, I mentioned to go to Phi Molds. It's a company in Europe that makes 8-sided molds, and that's extremely important for the geometry because the actual Giza pyramid that was made by extraterrestrials with, humans as well, but I firmly believe that the pyramids were not just made by us and that we had help, no doubt, because the consciousness of who makes these pyramids, it's beyond this realm. So yeah, that's just a side note, but regarding these Orgonite pyramids, the flow of energy is very important. and the 8 sides helps the energy flow and helps the energy transmute. So yeah, I can leave I'll put a little picture in the corner here of the video of what I'm talking about. But yeah, if you go to fimolds.com, I would suggest getting molds from these beings because they know what they're doing, and their ratios are the exact same as the pyramids as well, and they have Nubian shapes and Russian pyramid shapes. So yeah, just wanted to leave you guys with that code, and peace.
I am the visible presence of those greatly beloved ascended masters whom I wish to have appear here to me and whose assistance I desire. I have come to the point where you can...
Okay. We make that orgone that the military coats their jets with, you know? And it's so easy. And you can do it too, which you probably will after watching this video. Okay. So, once again, how do you make Orgonite? You mix 50-50 metal to resin with quartz crystal. That is your foundation, that is your basis. If you want to add anything else, then it is just cherry on top of the cake. And there's a lot of cherries that you can add to Orgone to make it even juicier. But anyways, we're going to pour our resin. So we've done a capstone layer, we've done a magic mix layer, and now we're gonna do a color layer with some, I think some teal to match the capstone, or some purple. So it's gonna not be too much of resin. We poured our resin here. We're gonna add the copper flake, our metal. Always make sure that you're adding a very good amount of metal where you're getting the 50-50-ish ratio. Obviously you can't tell exactly what 50-50 is, but as long as you're in that region, it's extremely important to get a proper orgone generator, so to speak. So I'll show you an example of what a 50-50 will look like. Yeah, the reason why I say the true orgone is because as Orgonite gets more popular, you know, more people are gonna resonate with it and want it in their home and in their garden. And yeah, there's a lot of, you know, there's always the flip side. There's gonna be fake stuff that comes out for super cheap on like the, you know, these websites, and that's not real Orgonite. That is crystal and resin. That's resin art, which is cool. That's beautiful in itself. But if you want a true orgone generator, then you got to make it correctly. And that is what I'm teaching you. Okay, so basically where we're at is we've been charging the resin with the ring. We're going to take that off. This is what a 50-50 looks like. It's like all metal, you know? So it's nice and filled with metal. Okay, so we're gonna add some color. I'm gonna get the teal, my favorite color. Add this in. You want to put a lot of mica if you want to get a really clear color shining through, because the metal takes up a lot of the resin mix, so you want to put a lot. Okay, mixing up the mica, we got our copper, our resin, and our color. And then we're gonna add our quartz crystal and pour it up. I'm gonna add some selenite as well, because it's always nice to have a batch of selenite kicking around. So this is what we got here. Let's get our adding our quartz. Adding our selenite. A little more quartz here. Mixing it all up. And obviously, if you resonate with other crystals that you want to add on top, then that's good. It will add that extra energetic component to your final creation, as all crystals have different frequencies. And then obviously your intention behind everything is extremely important, actually the most important. So yeah, what I'm showing you here is like a full conductive pyramid. You can obviously put layers of just crystal or like sacred geometry or tensor rings. There's a lot of additions you can add, or different coils, triskelions. It's really infinite. But here I'm showing like a full power pyramid. Okay. So let's pull up. Actually, this part is usually satisfying to see like this. Ooh. Who watched the show Uh-Oh on YTV? This is that cosmic Uh-Oh goo. Beauty. Beautiful. So you can scrape your cup. So why we put the tensoring here is that we're infusing this Orgonite with frequencies. I believe this is the 144 megahertz, so that's going into our creation. You can also like play tuning forks, play music. This is one way to infuse frequencies into your Orgonite. Alrighty, we just got home from a sound bath. We got gonged. We went to space, and now we're back for pour number 4. And we're still in space. So how you can check, you just give your little thing a little dabby. See if it's dry, or get something else so you don't get your finger all resiny. Okay, so this is where we're at. We're gonna do pour 4 with, guess what? Another magic mix.
Surprise.
Surprise, boring.
Surprise.
Boring. I'm gonna post this pyramid as a special edition Muna's Magica tutorial pyramid. Cool idea, isn't it?
I love it.
Yeah. Or maybe we'll do a giveaway. Who knows? We'll do a YouTube giveaway.
You should do a YouTube giveaway.
Let's do that, yeah.
And give away a pyramid.
Yeah, with this pyramid. Okay, once again, 50-50. We're using epoxy resin because polyester is gnarly. There's other kinds of resin. Some are eco-friendly. It's up to you what you want to do. All you got to do is make sure that the resin squeezes on the crystal. So we get that piezoelectricity. Because we forget that quartz crystal is in a lot of our technology. And without quartz crystal, we would all be clueless. And then people are like, wait, how does that even work? It's like, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I was just taught. And like, taught that this is how you make orgone.
Oh.
Imagine somebody taught me wrong. And I'm just like,
no one fact check him.
Right? Yeah. Muna's Magica. Okay. We got our nice mixed resin. We're gonna get our magic mix scoop here. We'll do a big old scoop of shungite and iron magnetite, magnetic material right here. Let's see. We'll get ASMR shot. I do want to say, YouTube community, thank you for supporting us so far. We're at, I think, like 800 plus subscribers. We're going to be at monetization soonish. So thank you. I will continue to provide us with creative ideas and education. I'll do my best. Okay, so we're mixing the magic mix. Get this down. You can always double check with your level. We're gonna add some selenite. With this one, we're gonna put a little bit of copper flake. And we're gonna put some copper powder this time. Copper powder. A good dash in there. Okay, we've got pour 4 ready to go. We got our cosmic goo. Now let's pour it in.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. We're not upset. Here we go. Pour number 4. We're gonna add our quartz in. Adding some quartz. And that's it. We'll see you in the rise.
Prosperity, abundance,
Good morning,
healing,
grand rising.
all kinds
Good
of
day
amazing things.
to all
So
beings
we've
who
found an amazing way to transmit energy through the sound of my voice, so that as you listen, you will feel profound changes in your
Okay.
mind and body. And
We've been
in
charging up
the
all night.
abundance energy field activation.
I got a
The goal
yantra that's
is
ready.
to tap into the energy of abundance. There is a specific energy that is related to prosperity and abundance, and many of us block it off, and the goal is to
So we're gonna
activate this
center
energy and open up the potential for a flood of abundance energy into your life, creating wealth, health, and happiness in every way you can imagine. So welcome to this sacred moment of transformation. This
All
is
right,
the abundance
let's get into
energy
it.
field activation.
Pour number
As you're here
5.
now, allow yourself to become
So this gives you an idea of how many layers go in a
possibility that surrounds you in this present
pyramid this size.
Notice how every breath you take connects you to an endless flow of life force energy, freely given, infinitely abundant. Feel the natural rhythm of your being aligning with the pulse of universal abundance. Just as nature knows no scarcity, with billions of seeds released by each flower, countless stars illuminating our galaxy, and endless waves flowing in our oceans, abundance flows as your natural state of being. In this space, we recognize that abundance is not something to be achieved, but rather your original state to be remembered and activated, to be reawakened.
Ventilation in here.
Just as naturally as your breath. Just as
If you want, you can wear gloves so the resin
every cell
doesn't get all over you.
Truth. You were born from abundance. You exist in abundance. You are abundance itself. Right now, as you're listening, let your awareness expand to recognize that abundance.
If you're wondering what I'm listening to, it's Brian Scott.
But rather it's the unlimited
Shout out Brian
potential
Scott.
of all it is.
I would love to get on your podcast, brother.
It's the space from which all possibilities emerge.
So we're gonna do
The quantum field of infinite potential that responds to your consciousness.
I have an idea. Just thinking whether we do a magic mix, the black mix to end it off, or we come up with another
ever-flowing,
like a color or
feel yourself settling into this knowing. This
Vanda.
remembrance that abundance is
I
your natural
wonder.
state. It's
Yeah,
not something
let's
you need to
keep
chase
that going.
or struggle towards. Instead,
We'll do the
it's
magic
very
mix.
essence of your being, waiting to be fully expressed through you.
So we got the
As you open to this truth, feel
copper
the
powder.
resonance
We're
of it
gonna
in your body,
add some of that in there.
in your energy field, in the very fabric
Okay.
of your consciousness. In this moment,
Let's add some
you stand
copper flake.
at the threshold of a profound activation, an awakening to the truth of who you are as an infinite being, connected to the endless flow of universal abundance. Allow yourself to open fully to this experience, knowing that what unfolds here will align you more deeply with your natural state of unlimited potential and boundless abundance. Take a deep breath now, feeling yourself fully present in this sacred space. Feel the power of your intention as we begin this journey of awakening to the
Chop
truth
up the
of
flake.
abundance that already exists within you.
Woo! Okay, we're good.
As you continue to settle into this space, allow yourself to create a sphere of golden light around you. Your own sacred sanctuary of transformation. And this is your space of perfect safety where your highest wisdom can emerge freely. Feel how this light naturally attunes to your unique energy signature.
Add some
Creating
shungite.
a field of protection that is completely
Iron
aligned
Man.
with your highest good. Within this sanctuary, you are free to explore, to expand, to transform. Notice how your body naturally knows how to relax here, how your mind effortlessly begins to quiet, creating space for a deeper awareness to emerge. This is your sovereign space where you are completely free to be exactly as you are. There's nothing you need to do. Your eyes do not need to be closed. You can passively play this in the background. The energies of my voice are being transmitted into your field. Know this, your presence here is no accident. You created this. The very fact that you've been drawn to this activation speaks to the deep wisdom within you.
Add some
That
selenite.
already knows the truth of your infinite nature.
Selenite
This
powder.
knowing has guided you perfectly to this moment, just as it has guided you through every step of your journey. Feel yourself connecting now to this
And
innate
then I'm
wisdom
gonna
that flows through
add
you.
the
It's
quartz.
the
So
same
we got
intelligence that
copper,
knows how to heal your
selenite,
body, that knows how to dream,
iron magnetite,
that knows how to
aka iron
transform
oxide,
energy into matter, and matter into energy.
Shungite
This
and
wisdom
quartz.
is your birthright, and it's awakening now with greater clarity and power.
We're ready.
As you rest in this space of safety and connection, allow your energy field to become increasingly receptive.
So we'll make sure that
Opening to the sun.
the yantra is centered.
You know how to open to receive what serves your highest good.
And basically when we
Feel how
pour
your
this,
entire being begins to soften, to open, to expand,
add some quartz
creating
powder.
the perfect state for this activation to unfold. Your system knows exactly how to receive this transmission of abundance consciousness. Just as your eyes know how to receive light and your lungs know how to receive air, your energy field knows how to receive and integrate these higher
okay,
frequencies
let's
of
pour
abundance.
this up. This is what we'll
Trust in
do.
this natural ability that is already
We're gonna
present
actually take this off.
in this phase of perfect trust.
We'll mix
feel
this
yourself
up.
becoming increasingly receptive to the frequencies of
See.
unlimited abundance. Your energy field gently expands and
That's
opens,
silly.
creating the ideal state
Okay.
for this deep transformation. There's
get
nothing
some-
you need to force or make happen. Simply allow
Get some
yourself
footage here, the
to be
pour.
held in this space of sacred safety as we continue this journey together. Begin to notice the patterns of abundance.
So
that
this
already
pyramid
exist
is
in
going to
your
be
life.
fully conductive.
Like a master detective discovering hidden treasure, allow your awareness to naturally illuminate these flows of abundance. Notice how your breath flows freely, how your heart beats steadily, how thoughts and ideas emerge effortlessly, all expressions of the infinite abundance that moves through you in every moment. Feel the profound truth that you have
So we'll
never
pour
lost,
enough.
and to remind your body to breathe.
Then we'll put our yantra in, and we're going to put legs on this pyramid.
This automatic flow of life force energy is your first and most fundamental experience of abundance. It flows through you freely, naturally, without effort or strain. This is the same energy that
Drop
causes
that.
seeds to sprout, planets to orbit, and galaxies to spin in their cosmic dance.
And then we'll push this
Now expand your
down.
awareness even further to recognize how
So when the resin
resources
dries, it's going
flow
to
through
squeeze
your
on
life.
the yantra. And it
Just as
will
water moves through the earth and underground streams, abundance
catch it.
moves through your reality in both visible
Okay,
and invisible ways.
I'm gonna pour a little bit more resin
Notice the
here.
knowledge you've accumulated, the relationships you've cultivated, the experiences you've gathered. All forms of wealth that can never be taken from you. Feel how your energy field naturally draws to you exactly what you need in any given moment. Like a powerful magnet, you're constantly attracting and receiving. This attractive force is part of your fundamental nature. It's not something you need to learn, but rather something to remember and amplify. Allow your awareness to expand even further,
Okay.
connecting with
Beauty.
the vast universal energy field that surrounds and interpenetrates all things. Feel how this field is alive with infinite potential, vibrating with unlimited possibilities. This is the same field from which all manifestation emerges, from the smallest atom to the largest galaxy.
Just centering this.
As you attune to this universal field, notice how it responds to your consciousness. Feel the subtle interactions between your energy and this infinite field of potential. Like waves on an ocean, your individual consciousness moves and flows within this great universal field of consciousness. There is
Okay.
no separation.
I think we're good.
You are this field, expressing itself in unique and beautiful ways.
I think this pyramid's
In a
gonna
sense, how
turn
this
out
field
really
is
beautiful.
Constantly offering you opportunities, insights, and resources, like a river of infinite abundance. It
Okay,
flows
here we are.
Continuously. Any perceived limitations have simply
This is
been
what we got.
places where you weren't yet able to recognize or receive this flow. And now, as your awareness expands,
We'll let this
the
dry.
field
We'll be
should
back in the
become
afternoon to
becoming
put
stronger
our legs on,
Clearer in your
which I
consciousness.
poured some blue spheres.
Feel yourself becoming increasingly
And then
attuned
we're
to these natural
gonna
patterns
reveal
of
it.
flow and
Shoo.
abundance. Your recognition of these patterns strengthens them, amplifies them, makes them more visible and
Okay, I just came up with an idea where we have these spheres which are pretty thick. I'm actually gonna plop them in right now. So I'm gonna put the 4 legs because it's a very thin layer. So I think it'll be good. Like they'll kind of be tucked in, you know? So let's go for it. I'm gonna drop them. Kind of like that. And we'll do that with the 4 and I'll be back. Alright family, good news is the spheres went in well. You can kind of see I plopped them in there. So that blue is going to be matching our capstone and that layer of the teal mint we did. And that's it. So in the afternoon we can pull it and this pyramid will be a giveaway. I'll figure out what we're going to do for that, but special edition Muna's Magica Orgone pyramid. Let's go. Shoo. Thing. Don't forget the ring. Alright family, the pyramid is done. There it is. Let's see. Alright, I will include the giveaway information and details in the description of the video. That right there is how you make an Orgonite pyramid, leaving you in the love and in the light.